Picture this, the 10th century, right in the heart of Baghdad, during what we now call the Islamic Golden Age. If you had to pick a time, deep in history, where life offered the highest combination of meaning, progress, and human dignity, this era, this place would be one of the strongest contenders. Not because life was easy, no, but because fundamentally, life made sense. The sun rises and the city awakens with it. Not to chaos, but to a profound rhythm. There's structure to everything. Prayer, work, study, trade. Your day isn't fragmented by endless distractions. Instead, it moves with clear intention. And that's the very first thing you'd notice if you lived here. Your attention belongs to you. No endless signals pulling you in a dozen different directions. No constant noise constantly competing for your mind. When you work, you work. When you rest, you rest. And when you speak to someone, you are truly, fully there. That alone, that would feel like an unimaginable wealth. And now, you step into the bustling streets of Baghdad. No, this is absolutely not a poor or stagnant world. In fact, this is one of the most advanced cities on Earth at this time. Trade routes are buzzing, stretching all the way from China to Spain. Ideas, goods, languages, knowledge, everything converges right here. You are, quite literally, living at the center of the world. And here's the most incredible thing. Unlike so many other periods in history, knowledge isn't feared. Oh no, it's actively, relentlessly pursued. And where do you spend part of your day? At the legendary House of Wisdom. Because this is where something truly rare happens in human history. Civilizations aren't just preserving knowledge, they are actively, relentlessly expanding it. Imagine this. Ancient texts from Greece, Persia, and India are being translated, debated, and even challenged. Scholars like Ibn Sina and Al-Khwarizmi, they're not just repeating old ideas. No, they are actively building brand new ones. And if you're here right now, even as a student, you are absolutely part of that incredible process. Can you imagine what that feels like? To live in a time where the world is still being figured out? Where your contribution, even a small one, can genuinely move human knowledge forward? That's powerful. Now, fast forward a bit. You're walking through bustling markets, absolutely filled with life. But even here, something feels different from many other eras. Sure, wealth exists, but it's not the only measure of value. Here, respect is given to scholars, to teachers, to those who understand, not just to those who own. And that, my friends, fundamentally changes how people live. It changes what they aim for. As the day slows, you sit with others. No devices, no endless feed, just conversation. And this is where the deeper advantage of this time becomes clear. Life is not optimized for speed. It is optimized for meaning. You're not trying to consume more. You're trying to understand more. Now, let's be honest about reality. There is no modern medicine, no safety nets like today. Hardship exists. Your life expectancy is lower.
But here is the trade-off. You gain clarity, you gain focus, you gain a world where your mind is not constantly fragmented. Your work feels connected to something larger, and knowledge, faith, and daily life are not separated, but aligned. And that is why, for its time, this era truly stands out, not because it had the most comfort, but because it had one of the rarest combinations in human history. Progress without chaos, structure without suffocation, and a life where what you do, think, and believe are not in conflict. If you take anything from this, it's not to romanticize the past. No, it's to recognize what truly made it powerful. So really, ask yourself this. In a world that's just packed with noise today,
How much of that clarity can you rebuild for yourself?